morning. Thank you for joining me. Today there is a beautiful sunrise outside, and if you have the opportunity to do this class during sunrise, it's even that much more beautiful. Today we're going to be focusing on the third eye chakra, ajna, and it is to help us with our intuition, insight, our inner vision, clarity to the world, our realities, to experience and receive knowledge from our higher power. And we want to envision a beautiful indigo bright light from our third eye center. I have frankincense oil today and a beautiful woodsy aroma diffusing. So if you have frankincense, lavender, sandalwood, those are all great oils to help open and align the third eye chakra. So you can add some to your hand, take some deep breaths. Clearing the mind, allowing the space to be there. And you can rub some right on the head, front and back. So if you have a bolster, you can sit a little bit higher on your hips. Get the flesh out from under your sits bones so your pelvis is just a little bit forward. Today we'll be doing some practices to help bring our consciousness inward to our reality and to also open up to the knowledge that the vast universe has for us. So you can sit on your bolster in easy pose. You can have your knees in a line with your hips, walking your feet out all the way to the side, as far to the sides as you can. Move your calf muscle just out of the way. If this is not comfortable for you, you can certainly get in any kind of easy pose that you are comfortable with. Having your feet activated and toes facing slightly forward, trying to have the knees in line with the pelvis. This gives you a good 4-point foundation, and we want to make sure our foundation is always nice and strong. So you can begin with your hands on your knees, sitting nice and tall. Have your eyes closed or a heavy gaze towards the floor. If you have any serious joint issues, conditions, injuries, you may want to either modify heavily or just avoid some of these positions that are going to be hard on, that can be difficult to do if you have those kinds of issues. So ankle, hip, low back, shoulder, neck injuries, and high blood pressure that's uncontrolled, any serious heart disease. So you may want to avoid this practice. If you're pregnant and if you're doing inversions, you may want to avoid that if you are on your menstruation. Okay, so get nice and relaxed, sitting tall, allowing our spine to be tall towards the heavens, and deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth 3 times, spouting the lips on the exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Exhale anything that does not serve you for this time. Our mantra today is I trust my intuition and inner guidance. I trust my intuition and inner guidance. Now imagine a nice, beautiful, bright light shining from the heavens down through the body in one beam, through the spine, and allowing it to ground into the earth, giving us the ability to align ourselves with our divine self, with our higher power. And that beautiful indigo swirling light through the head, around the third eye, between, right into the middle of the forehead. Grounding ourselves with this beam of light, opening to knowledge, opening to our intuition, to our inner guidance, to be able to trust our intuition. And just breathing normally, be aware of your breath. We don't have to control it. Just be there with it. Allow the breath in and out of the nose. Just paying attention to it. Feel the coolness of the inhale and the warmth of the exhale. The subtle expansion and contraction. Now we'll begin our Ujjayi breath, which is ocean breath. So you'll have a slight constriction in the back of the throat on your inhales and your exhales to create an oceanic sound. So on the inhale, constrict the back of the throat, breathing in and out of the nose, and creating a bit of a sound that's soothing, relaxing, and grounding. And on the inhales, we start with the breath coming down in through the belly down to our root. So we expand the belly and then the chest and slightly into the collarbones. So we're incorporating our 3-point yogic breath as well while doing our Ujjayi oceanic breath. So inhale deeply all the way to the root, all the way to the base. Expand the belly, expand the chest, and slightly the collarbones, keeping the shoulders relaxed and the chin parallel to the floor. Hold the breath at the very top for just a moment. And exhale from the collarbones to the chest and contract the belly, exhaling completely. Again, envisioning as you're filling your body with life-giving breath. Again, inhale, the belly, the chest, and the collarbones, and hold. And exhale completely. breathe normally, allowing the breath to come natural. The beautiful smile on your face. Place your hands at heart center in prayer position. I'd also like to incorporate a quick Shanti mantra or a peace mantra and a little prayer. So bow your heads. Divine divinity, bring me from the unreal to the real, from the darkness to the light, and from death to immortality. Om. Peace to the physical aspect of our bodies. Peace to the divine aspect and the divinity within us. And peace to our internal and reality of this world. Place your hands back at your knees, raise your head up humbly, open your eyes. Wonderful. Now let's begin in our mountain pose. So first, stand up tall. You can remove your bolster. And our mountain pose is a wonderful base, is a foundation that is strong, and we feel all parts of our feet, our hip width apart, or you can have your toes close, touching, or close together, and your heels slightly apart, whichever you're comfortable with. So you have your feet as your great foundation, feeling all portions of the foot. You can even move your hips slightly forward so the weight comes into your toes and the ball of the feet, and then slightly back with your body to feel the weight in the heels of the feet. And do that one more time, just gently feeling the weight distribute differently from the backs to the front of the feet. And then now center yourself so you can feel that evenly between all corners of the feet. Activating the kneecaps, so you're pulling up on the kneecaps, so it's going to activate the upper thighs, the quads. Gently press your tailbone towards the mat, so you're activating your internal core, your abdominals, and press your head towards the heavens, allowing the chin to still be parallel to the ground. Roll the shoulders back, 3 big rolls. And roll the shoulders forward, 3 big rolls. And one more back just to get that nice tall stance, palms forward, head up, activating in the core, the legs, the quad, the glutes just a little bit. And we are strong and balanced. You can have your eyes closed here or a heavy gaze. 3 nice big breaths here. Now come to the front of your mat. You'll also want some blocks, so if you have some blocks, have those handy. Walk your hands down to the mat and then walk your feet all the way back into a high plank position and press your hips up towards the sky. You have your hands shoulder width apart and your fingers are spread wide, pressing into all finger pads, especially the first finger and the thumb, to take the pressure off of the wrist. Really strong in the fingers, pressing your hips back into your downward facing dog. Your feet are hip width distance apart. Your heels do not have to touch the mat. You can walk the dog a little bit, one at a time, bending each knee. And relax. Now really press the mat away. Your feet and your hands are pressing away. Your elbows are turning in slightly, so your shoulder blades are rolling in out from each other, expanding the upper back, so as if the armpits are trying to look at each other. Relaxing the head, pressing the tailbone towards the sky.
Inhale your right leg all the way up into three-legged down dog. Really press into the toes of the left foot. Press into the right hand so you're not really pushing over to the left so much. Really straighten that left arm. And keep that leg up nice and tall. You can bend slightly in that left knee if it's more comfortable.
Deep breaths. One more big breath.
Really warming up the shoulders here. Now press back into your down dog again. And inhale that left leg up, three-legged down dog on the left side. Pressing into the hands, keeping the arms nice and straight. You can have a slight bend in that right knee if you need to. Really press the toes towards the sky. Activating and heating up the joints and the shoulders, opening up the hip, allowing the flow towards the third eye, opening the spine. One more big breath. And exhale, leg comes down, knees come down. Your knees can be as wide as the mat if you like, or just wide enough so your belly can sit through it. Your toes are together. Press your hips all the way back to your heels, and your hands come forward into a child pose. Allow your head to come to the mat and rest in child's pose for 3 deep breaths. Now come up into the tabletop position. Have your wrists and your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees directly under your hips. We're just going to thread the needle. So inhale, have your left hand come to the center, just a little bit more to the center. And your weight is going to be in your left hand. Now coming out of the shoulder, don't sink into the shoulder, but come out of the shoulder. Inhale that right arm all the way up to the sky, twisting just a little bit in the back. If it's hurting the low back, press those hips towards the back of the mat. Push those feet into the mat as well. Exhale, thread your arm all the way through, underneath the left arm, and place the right side of the head on the mat, pushing your left hand into the mat just a little bit to get a nice upper back and middle stretch. Press those hips towards the back of the mat. You can walk your left arm up over the head and look underneath through the armpit a little bit, if that's okay for you. Deep breath. You can continue your Ujjayi breath throughout this practice as much as you can to create that oceanic calmness. Now inhale your left arm back if you've straightened it up, and all the way back to that right arm to the sky. And exhale back down. Now put the weight onto the right hand. You can have it into the center a little bit. Inhale the left arm up to the sky. Look up if you can. And exhale, thread the needle, thread that hand all the way through underneath the right hand. Press into the mat with your right hand, twisting into the back, allowing the space to get open. You can walk your right hand all the way forward if you like, so you can look under that right armpit just gently. And exhale your arm back to to center. Inhale all the way back up, pressing that left arm all the way to the sky again. Exhale back down. Wonderful. We'll do just a couple cat-cows here. So inhale, belly button towards the mat, open the chest forward, open the throat a little bit, and just allow the belly to come towards the mat and the tailbone towards the sky. Exhale into cat, rolling the spine and arching the back, belly button towards the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, all the way up into cow, tailbone towards the sky, open the chest, belly button towards the mat. Exhale all the way into cat pose, pressing the mat away, pushing the belly button towards the spine, allowing the chin to come to the chest. Inhale, cow. Do 3 more on your own. If you have some light music you can play in your background, wonderful, turn it on. I don't quite understand the copyright issues with music and being able to post online. Move your spine in any direction you feel is good for you right now, just to get a little bit of space and openness into the back and the hips. Press your hips up towards the sky into a downward facing dog, pressing away the mat both from your feet and your hands. Allow the shoulder blades to come away from each other. And walk all the way to the front of the mat. Feet are hip width distance apart. Forward fold, Uttanasana. And here you can even deepen your bend in your knees, grab opposite elbows, and allow yourself to be in a good ragdoll position. And just sway side to side a little bit, allowing a bit of decompression. Relax the head, relax the shoulders. Now place your hands back on the mat, straighten your knees, look forward, halfway lift. Halfway lift, you can press your hands on your shins. Or you can have your blocks here. You can press on the blocks in whatever position and height you feel is comfortable for yourself. Or simply just press on the mat. And your head is going to shine forward, elongating the spine. Exhale into an Uttanasana, forward fold again. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up into extended mountain pose. Look up slightly. And press the triceps towards the ears, activating in the legs, activating in the kneecaps, our strong foundation, just like we talked about. Exhale, hands down to the side. This will be our flow. Inhale, arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold all the way down, Uttanasana. Exhale, the right leg back. And the left leg back in your high plank. High plank, you're curving the upper back just slightly, pressing the shoulders away, pressing into the hands, all fingers, not the wrists. Push into the toes, activating the legs, activating the abdominals. And now exhale, knees to the mat, chest to the mat. And then roll forward slightly. Here you can go into your Sphinx pose with your shoulders are right above your elbows and your palms are on the floor. Or you can press into low cobra, activating the quads, pressing your pubic bone and your legs into the mat, pressing your hands directly under the shoulders and just up off of the mat a bit. Or high cobra, which you can have your arms almost all the way straight or straight, keeping your legs on the mat, pressing into the mat, or into upward facing dog. Legs are coming off the mat, pressing into the toes, and activating the glutes, stretching in the abdominals, and do not sink into the shoulders. Now exhale all the way back into downward facing dog. pressing the hips all the way to the sky. Take a moment and breathe. Inhale, step all the way forward. You can use your hand to walk your foot in between your hands, or simply just take a few steps all the way up, or one big step. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up into mountain pose. Exhale, hands down. And if you go into downward facing dog and you're getting a little bit tired, you can certainly go into child's pose as well. Inhale, one more time, all the way up, extended mountain, arch in the back a little bit, pressing the tailbone towards the mat so you're not dumping in the low back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Really elongating the spine, pressing the tailbone towards the back of the mat and the head towards the front. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, right leg back, high plank. Again, we're pressing away the mat as if we have a beach ball under our bellies, and we are not sinking into the shoulders or the abdominals, and we're not arching the low back. We're strong in the legs. You can go to your modified chaturanga, which is knees, chest, and cobra, or your full chaturanga, which is kissing the elbows to the ribs, all the way down, almost to touch the mat. Flip your toes, go into your cobra, or inhale into your upward facing dog. Legs are strong and active. Open the chest. Exhale, flip your toes. Press your hips all the way to the front, to the ceiling, to the sky, into your downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale all the way forward, step forward. And step your left leg forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up into extended mountain. And exhale, arms down into mountain pose. Take a big breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into your high plank. Hold your breath. Kiss the ribs to the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog, chaturanga. Exhale, really activate the abs when you're pressing your hips towards the sky for downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. Exhale it all the way forward between the hands. And the right leg forward between the hands. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, arms down. All right, one more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plank. And exhale into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press those hips back into downward facing dog. Breathe. Now come into all fours. We'll go into some peak poses here and continue with our flow. Now bring your elbows, your forearms down to the mat. We're going to go into dolphin pose. Pressing your hands into the mat. You're going to have your shoulders directly over the elbows. Have your knees under the hips. Toes are curled in. And on your inhale, press your hips up towards the sky, dolphin pose, and press back so your head is in between your arms. You can widen your elbows a little bit if that feels a little bit more comfortable. And really press into your hands hands and your forearms so your weight isn't right directly into your shoulders. But it's a great exercise for the shoulders, opening, strengthening the shoulders, which we definitely need. Here you can also put, if this is difficult, you can just go into a child's pose, or you can put a block in between your elbows and place your head on the block. But don't put pressure on your forehead, just don't put any weight onto your neck. It's just for a little bit of guided support there. So if you're in dolphin, stay there. You can walk your feet a little bit more forward as well if you feel comfortable there. Really pressing into the forearms and the hands. And one more big deep breath. And bring your knees down and move into a child's pose. Moving back, allow the elbows to rest on the mat. Head is on the mat, hips are towards the heels, toes are touching. The knees are just wide enough for the belly to rest in between. And inhale back up to your tabletop position. We're going to do that one more time. Press your forearms onto the mat and really activate your hands into the mat, spreading your fingers. Curl your toes under and press the hips all the way to the ceiling, pressing back so your head is relaxed in between your arms. Activating the shoulders, pressing nice and hard into the forearms and hands. Really stretch the shoulder blades away from each other here, just like in down dog. Tailbone towards the sky. And you can have a slight posterior pelvic tilt, meaning you have your pubic bone slightly towards the belly button. Activating the internal core, the abdominals. Exhale, knees down to the mat and back into child's pose. Here you can bring your arms down onto your sides and allow them to rest. Facing backwards and palms up. Head to the mat. 3 deep breaths here. Alright, hands back up into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale the right leg up to the sky and exhale all the way to the front. Step forward with both feet. Forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your tailbone towards the back of the mat. Press your head towards the front of the mat. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale all the way up into mountain pose. Exhale, hands down to the sides. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. And inhale back into upward or high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. Exhale it all the way forward. Now we're going to go into step that right foot forward just one step. Grab your blocks here. You can have your blocks here under your feet or right under your shoulders. We're going to go into a warrior 3. So if you're by a wall, you can use a wall for balance, or you can use a chair. If you don't feel comfortable with bringing your arms up off of the floor, then you can stay with your blocks at a higher position. So bring your blocks forward so your arms are straight out in front of you. And hop onto the weight of the left leg. Have just a tiny micro bend in the left leg. Raising up that right leg behind you. You can point your toes or dorsiflex the foot if you like, so the toes are pointing down, whichever you feel is the most stable for you. Really activate that right glute and press away from the blocks and try to keep your hips towards the mat, so you're not opening to the side, but you're bringing your pelvis down, your right side of your pelvis down towards the mat. Now, if you have the balance, you can certainly raise up your arms into a flying position. Arms are at the sides of your head. Warrior three. Really press away. Hands are pressing away from the feet. Looking down, elongating the spine, activating that right glute. Strong in the left leg. We have that foundation. Focus on your drishti. Your drishti is your focal point. This is a spot to look at that's not moving and keeps you on your balance. Exhale your hands down and stand up with control into your mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. Now step your left leg back about 3 feet. Bend in that right knee. You can place your hands on your blocks in the front again and pop up that left leg, pushing into the right leg. You can have a small micro bend in that right knee. Really activate that left leg, pressing that the left side hip towards the mat, elongating the spine. And when you're ready, either grab the wall or just simply place your arms up into your warrior three on the left side. Really press away. Find that drishti. Find that focus. Align your third eye with your focus, with your inner intuition. Allow the balance. Deep breaths. Ujjayi breathing. Activating the glutes. One more. Exhale, arms down. And relax that left leg. Come into your standing mountain pose with control. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now we'll flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into high plank. And into your chaturanga, or modified, or come into child's pose. Inhale, upward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. And exhale, forgot what it is. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg forward. Exhale, bring it all the way to the front. And then meet the left foot with the right foot, forward fold. And stand up into your mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale, arms down. And come into the center of your mat, facing me. And we'll go into an eagle pose. So you can have your block. It's probably best if you have it on the second height, like this. You could do the highest height if it's more comfortable, but this gives a little bit more surface area. Have it right next to your left foot, or whichever foot you're starting with. I have it next to my left. If you want to mirror me, you can do opposite. Now bend deeply in the knees a little bit and bring don't bend in the knees, stand straight. Bring that right leg up, balance on the left leg, have that balance, have that foundation in the left leg. So the right knee is parallel to the floor. And I want you to internally rotate that right leg. So you're bringing your ankle out and your knee is going in. We're not really trying to hike in the hip. We're not doing this. We are simply trying to stay in one line and just moving the thigh bone. And then bring your leg over the left, bend in the left leg, and put your foot on the block. So you're crossing your legs here. Okay? So you can stay here. This is a good place to stay for some balance. If you're familiar with eagle pose, you can also wrap your right leg around your left leg, keeping it all the way into a bind there. Then arms up, inhale. And since we have our right leg over, we're going to have our arms out to the side. Inhale and bring them forward. Left arm over the right. Rotate your palms towards you. Right arm out, right palm out, and then wrap your hands around each other. You can even stay here, kind of hugging yourself. So with your hands, you can do a couple things. Left arm over the right, rotate the elbows around each other and the forearms into a full bind, or you can hug yourself or just keep the backs of your palms together. Whatever you feel is more comfortable. If you can go into full eagle, going to wrap your hands around each other and bend deeply in that right knee or left knee and wrap that right foot around the back of the left leg. Have your elbows up so the upper arms are parallel to the floor and press the forearms away from the head. Keeping your neck nice and tall. We're not really leaning forward. Inhale and exhale. Ujjayi breath here. Now exhale, gently release, and with control, unbind and come into a standing position. Wiggle your legs. Shake your legs, rotate the shoulders, wiggle the arms, and place the block onto the right side of the right foot. Put your weight into the right leg. Raise up the left leg so it's parallel to the floor, bent at the knee. Internally rotate that thigh bone so your ankle comes out and your knee goes in. Place it across your right leg. Bend in the right knee, put your toes on the block. Inhale the arms parallel to shoulder height. Rotate the palms up towards the sky. Exhale, arms forward. Right arm now is going to go above the left. Rotate that left arm all the way in so it can cross around, or keep your palms together. Now if you want to do full eagle, you can wrap that left leg around the right leg. Sit deeply into your pose. Find your drishti, find your focus point. We're looking inward. We're allowing our inner intuition to be focused on. We are contracting our bodies to focus on our inner truth, on our inner selves. Be guided by our intuition. Arms are parallel to the floor. Forearms are away from the face. Deep breath. Sitting deeply into the pose, bending the knees. Now on the next inhale, gently unwind and come up to a standing position with control. Shake the legs, shake the arms, rotate the shoulders. Allow that to come back into a good position there for you. All right. Now we'll move the block out of the way. Come back to the front of the mat. We're gonna flow again. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come back into your high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Shavasana. Have to try to remember all the names. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Left leg up to the sky, all the way into the center of the hands. Step forward with the right foot, forward fold. Exhale, inhale all the way back up, and relax the arms, exhale. Now we're going to go into tree pose. So here you can have a chair next to you or be against the wall. The first part of tree is to, first find your foundation. Good strong foundation in the feet. Bring your left foot to the center a little bit more. Put your weight on your left foot. Raise up your right heel. Externally rotate that right leg. You're pressing your knee out to the side of the mat. Bring your heel and the arch of your foot just to the ankle, or if you have the balance, to the calf. We are not putting the foot on the knee. We're not putting it on the knee joint as well at all. Or you can bring your foot all the way up into the inner part of the groin. Press as much into the foot as you are into the leg. So left leg is going to press into the right foot is going to press into the left leg. Find your drishti, find your focal point. Inhale the arms up to the sky. You can keep your foot at any position that's comfortable for you. Really strong in that left leg, pressing into all parts of that foot. You can move your arms in any position here that you feel is comfortable. You can keep them dynamic by continuously moving them, or just keep them up in one position. Inhaling and exhaling. Really press that right knee out towards the side. On your next exhale, relax with control. Bring that right leg down very slowly and with control. Shake your legs a little bit. Now we'll do the tree on the left side. So here again, rotate that left knee out to the side. Press into those toes. Don't dip into that right hip. Keep it nice and tall and straight. You can place the arch of your foot around the bottom of your leg, your calf muscle, or bring it all the way up into the groin. Again, press into the foot, press that right leg into the left foot. The knee is coming out to the side, facing the side wall, and press that foot into the leg evenly and with control and balance. Inhale all the way up with the arms. Again, you can move your arms in whatever position you feel is within your control. Find your drishti. Focus on one point that is not moving. Find your inner strength and clarity. Your intuition is shining to find that inner guidance and insight. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, bring your arms down and gently release your leg, bringing it down with control. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. Now step your feet 3 to 4 feet apart. We're having our toes forward. You can even have your heels out a little bit further than your toes. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, cactus arms, bringing your shoulder blades tightly together. We're not arching in the low back. We're keeping our tailbone towards the mat. And release the arms. Place your hands on your hips. Look up, open the chest. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. And when you feel like you're going to start curving in the back, stop right there. Bring your hands down. Here you can have your blocks. You can have your blocks at any position directly under your shoulders, wherever you feel comfortable here. If you're not using the blocks, you can bring your hands to the mat. Gently release your head down towards the mat. Place a little bit more weight in the front of the feet. You can walk your hands to have your fingers and your toes in one line, relaxing the head down, bending the elbows. You can also put the fingertips facing backwards and walk your hands back towards the opposite edge of the mat, allowing your head to come closer to the mat, bending your elbows, bringing yourself into a more of an intense forward fold, stretching the inner thighs, the inner legs, the hips, the back of the legs. You can have micro bend in the knees. Really activate the knees as well. So if you don't have the micro bend, activate the knees so you can move forward a little bit. Really pull the kneecaps up to activate the quads and the upper legs. That allows more lengthening in the back of the legs and it supports the joints. Press into all sides of the feet. Inhale, bring your hands back forward. If you have, walk them back. Walk them under the shoulders. Exhale. Really strong in the legs. Inhale, that arms, hands to the hips, flat back, all the way back up to a standing position. Heel toe the feet together. Come into your standing position and back down to the mat. So here we will do pigeon pose. So bring that right leg forward, left leg back. Have that right knee just out of side of the hip a little bit. Here you can have a block or a bolster and place that underneath the hip if you are not able to get down towards the mat and it's not comfortable. So have that extra support. Always good to have the support if you need it. Otherwise, have that knee just outside of the hip a little bit so it's coming at just a slight angle. You can have your foot at a 90-degree angle if you like, if you have that in you. Have your hands next to your leg. Inhale, tall in the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands forward. You can have your block in front of you to have your head on the block, or you can have your arms all the way to the front and have your hands sandwiched and your head placed on your hands. Inhale your head up and your arms up and walk your hands back towards your legs. Curl that left back toe in, come up off of your leg and switch sides. Bring that left leg forward. Your knee is just gently outside of that left hip. Walk that right leg back. Again, use the block or the bolster under the hip if that's more comfortable for you. Really press your pelvis down towards the mat. Sit up nice and tall. And exhale all the way forward into a forward fold, bringing your forearms to the mat or come all the way down to your forehead on your hands. inhale your head up and come up into, bring your right leg forward and onto your seat. Now we're going to go into wheel pose, but if you have never done wheel pose, you can do a variety of different things. You can take your bolster or a large pillow and simply come into more of a back bend kind of position here and allow your body to just be open and your head to slightly come back. You can also add a couple blocks here. So 2 blocks underneath your bolster to give you a little bit more height, and then that way you are also going to have your head be coming off of the mat, off of the bolster, and you would bring your arms up, allowing yourself to be nice and long and straight and slightly arched with your head back. So that way this is opening the third eye, allowing that knowledge to flow, allowing the oxygen to the brain, opening up that spinal column. If you want to go into full wheel pose, you can stay there if you like. I'm going to just show you a quick modification against the wall. So if you are comfortable with wheel pose, please feel free. Now here you're going to have your blocks just against the wall at an angle, so they're diagonally against the wall. You can have your bolster underneath you as well for a little added support to start in wheel pose. So then what you'll do is lay on your bolster, place your hands on your blocks, your heels are coming towards your hips as if you're pressing them together like you have a block between your legs. And position the blocks a little bit so you're comfortable with them and it's not going to be too much pressure on the wrists. You can have them at an angle or you can have them directly on the floor too, whichever one you want. Try a couple different ways and see what you like. But just make sure that they don't slip off the wall. On your inhale, press up with your hips, push on the wall, and put your head on the bolster, but don't put weight on the neck. Okay, you can stay here, or you can continue to push and really arch into your wheel. Try to push your hands straight. Gently, on an exhale, bring your head back down. Do not put pressure on the neck and roll all the way down to the base of the spine, down to the tailbone. Release the legs, release the hands. Okay, so that's how you do wheel pose. If you want to do full wheel, you can certainly do that without the wall. This is not a wonderful pose for me. I'm not super great at it, so I like to use the blocks. So you can have the blocks right next to your head. You can use whatever you feel is comfortable. You can have your hands directly next to your head on your mat. Put your feet towards your glutes or your blocks next to your head and be able to use your hands on your blocks. Really press into your fingers and your hands. Inhale the arms, inhale the glutes up, the hips up. Press into the hands, place your head on the mat, but don't put pressure on the neck. You can stay here. You can even put a block under your hips to keep you elevated. And then next, you would inhale all the way up into your wheel pose. Press away. Exhale, come back down to the head. And gently bring it all the way down with control. And neutralize the spine. Just lay there for a moment. Allow the back to get in one line again. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Escape the heat. Now hug your knees into your chest. And to counteract the wheel pose, we will move into Halasana, plow pose. So here you can put the bolster under your hips to give you a little bit more height to begin with. You can be up against the wall so your feet can go onto the wall, or you can have a chair just behind you so your feet can rest on the chair. So once you're in whatever position you're going to start with, bring your feet up towards the sky. Place your hands at your side, palm on the floor, looking straight up. Now if you want to watch me first, because once you're in this position, you don't need to move your head around. You're going to be in a chin lock. So then you elevate your feet and press into your palms and press your hips up, catching the back of your back, moving your shoulder blades slightly together. You can first bring your knees towards your ears, lengthen the legs, and press them towards the floor. Really walk your hands up your back to give you more of like a shoulder stand. Do not move your head in this position. Press your toes into the mat or into your chair or on the wall. Walking your shoulders and your elbows close together. Press the feet into the floor. Now relax the knees. Bring them towards the ear. Lift the feet up off the floor. Gently bring your body back down with control. We're not flopping back down to the floor. We are using our core, our arms, and our back to gently roll back down to the floor. And neutralize the spine once again. Wonderful. So center yourself on your mat. If your light is too bright, you can turn off your light. You can get a blanket. You can get a face mask. And you can dim the lights for our final Savasana pose. Allow yourself to get centered on the mat. You did so amazing today. Thank you for joining me. I would love to hear your comments, any questions, anything that I could have done better. Have your feet as wide as the mat. Place your eye mask over your eyes if you have one. Cover yourself with your blanket. Put a bolster under your knees. Hands are wide so your armpits have some expansion and space. Feet are spread apart and relaxed. Palms are facing the sky. Eyes are closed. 3 nice big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now just breathe normally or in your Ujjayi breath. Thank yourself for this time, this amazing practice that we've just done to open and align the third eye chakra, intuition to shine, to be trusted, that inner knowing to give us the answers that we require to be able to make positive decisions. If thoughts are coming and going, don't look at them as good or bad, just simply thoughts. Allow them to pass by like clouds in the sky. Relaxing each part of the body into your foundation. I'll give you some time to be in this space. toes. Wiggle your fingers, your hands, your feet, your hips, your head side to side. Put your body in any stretch that you feel is required. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll onto any preferable side. Your head on top of your lower arm, your upper arm in front of your chest, your knees towards your chest. Breathe. Your eyes still closed. And press away the floor, coming into a seated position. Come back into your easy pose, Sukhasana. Sitting up tall, envisioning our indigo third eye chakra aligned and open to knowledge, trusting our intuition. I trust my intuition and inner guidance. Repeating our mantra to ourselves, I trust my intuition and inner guidance. Bring your hands to heart center. Bow your head. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be grounded, have inner knowing, and move in your day with peace and knowledge. Namaste.